Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar, Breaking Down Data Silos, Unifying Your Marketing Data. My name is Casey Sanello, for those of you who do not know me yet, and I am the Slingshot product owner. I am thrilled to have you all join us here today for our webinar. In the next 30 minutes, we will explore how integrating your marketing data can transform your approach to data management and campaign optimization. So let's dive right in. To start, let's go over our agenda for the day. So we'll first discuss what data silos are and how and the problems that they create. Then we'll introduce how Slingshot can help you integrate your data into a unified platform. And finally, we will look at how this integration can optimize your campaigns and enhance your ROI. At the end of the webinar today, we will also have a little Q&A session, but throughout the webinar, please do use the question window on the Zoom toolbar, and we will answer any as we are going today throughout, and then we'll also pick out a few to answer live at the end. Okay, so if we kind of dive right in here into really what are data silos. So data silos occur when your data is isolated in different systems or departments. And this creates barriers to having a full unified view of your data. So imagine you have separate databases for social media, your advertising spend, your email campaigns, and your website performance. Each of these systems, as they are, operate in their own silo. And bringing together these insights from these different sources can become a very cumbersome and inefficient process depending on how you're going about it. So when it comes to marketing, if you have fragmented data from various channels, it's nearly impossible to get a holistic view of your customer journey. And within marketing, there are endless amounts of customer journeys. You want to know how a specific campaign is performing, from the keywords that you are bidding on to your click-through rate to people coming to the website, what the performance is like on the website, how many people converted, what is the status of those leads, how many opportunities, how many new seats did I drive from this campaign. And that's a lot of different data sources along the way, where if you have all of these different data points in these different systems, creating that full view, like we just kind of said, becomes nearly impossible. So you can waste countless hours trying to piece together all of this information. Without a centralized system, tracking how customers interact with your brand across various touch points can become very challenging. So this fragmented view can lead to missed opportunities for personalizing engagement and can hinder your ability to understand and respond to customer behavior effectively, which will result in delayed insights. So according to a report actually by Forrester, organizations with data silos experience up to 40% increase in operational costs due to inefficiencies. So by breaking down these silos and consolidating your data, you can overcome these obstacles and unlock more efficient, insightful, and responsive marketing strategies. Now, when we talk about the impact that data silos have on us, first, they lead to skewed insights, right? So when data is fragmented, it's easy to misinterpret or overlook important trends, which will lead to inaccurate conclusions about really what is working and what is not working. Or not even maybe inaccurate conclusions. It would just be no conclusions, because if you're looking at your data in a silo, you can't really make any conclusions, right? Because you don't know how one part of the funnel and the customer journey is affecting another, which goes into a restricted campaign visibility as another significant issue. So without a unified view, it's challenging to assess the overall effectiveness of your marketing efforts. So for example, if you can't see how social media interactions influence email engagement, maybe, you might miss out on opportunities to optimize across different channels and strategies. And lastly, resource waste is another critical concern. Teams spend valuable time manually aggregating data, which could be better spent on strategic execution. So when you think about, if I just pop back to even some of the data sources that you see on here, imagine trying to piece together your Salesforce data, your social media, and your Google Ads, and how many exports into Excel that would take to kind of pull everything into one source so that you can kind of visualize this stuff together. Not to mention, when you export something out of Facebook, you get different fields and formats than you do in LinkedIn, for example. So you're using a lot of valuable time manually aggregating all that data, which, like we said, could be spent on strategy, execution, analyzing your customer journey, and optimizing it. Okay, so now let's look at the benefits of integrating your data into a single platform. So by consolidating all your data sources into one single system, you are gaining that comprehensive view of your marketing performance that we've been talking about. And this approach allows you to see how different channels and parts of your funnel influence and interact with each other, which provides a very clear picture of that customer journey. So with a tool such as Slingshot, for instance, you can create detailed real-time dashboards that integrate data from these various sources. So not only do you get to enhance the visibility of your customer journey, but it also will help facilitate more informed decision making when you have that full view, right, all together. So for example, we have a customer who uses Slingshot, and they integrated their social media, their email, and their website data all into a single dashboard. Or actually internally, I have dashboards, so we want to look at in marketing our SEO performance and efforts. So we'll create dashboards that integrate Google Search Console, GA4, and Salesforce, so that we are looking at data from what are people searching on, what are the clicks that we're getting from organic searches, what landing pages are they coming to, what is the performance on those landing pages, who's converting and from what pages, so you are able to connect the keyword to the page, to the conversion. What's the status of those leads? Did they go into opportunities? What are our new seats? How are our SEO efforts affecting our new seats? And you're getting all of this information from a single dashboard. So having real-time insights enables you to act quickly on the emerging trends that you're seeing, optimize your campaigns, all based on comprehensive data. So rather than your fragmented, outdated information. Okay, so kind of like I just discussed a little bit, if we introduce Slingshot, Slingshot is designed to tackle the challenges of data silos by offering, again, that unified platform for your marketing data. So its integration capabilities allow you to bring together all the data from those various sources into a centralized system like we've kind of been talking about. However, the value of Slingshot doesn't stop at just viewing and analyzing this data. So now that you have a complete and unified view of your data, the real question is, what do you now do with it? And this is where Slingshot's additional features come into play. So we've talked a lot about how important that comprehensive view is, but even Slingshot, while we offer that, and it's a huge advantage, we even go beyond that. So by incorporating robust collaboration and project management features alongside of those dashboards that are showing your customer journey, we combine that all into one. So this means that you can not only access the real-time insights, but you can also collaborate seamlessly with your team right from within the same platform. So whether you are going from looking at data into discussing strategy, or to assigning tasks, or tackling and or tracking progress, Slingshot integrates these functionalities to ensure that your team can act swiftly and effectively on the insights that you gain. So, for example, imagine you have identified a trend in your data indicating a need for a new marketing initiative, which happens all the time. With Slingshot, you can instantly share this insight with your team, collaborate on developing a plan, and then you can manage that project from start to finish. And finish being you're actually then visualizing the KPIs and the metrics of that campaign and how it affected your trend and your top KPIs all within the same platform. So it now becomes all about driving results with Slingshot. Once your data is integrated into a platform like Slingshot, you can leverage these insights to optimize your campaigns effectively. Data-driven decision-making becomes the norm rather than the exception. Techniques like A/B testing and predictive analytics can be employed to refine your campaigns based on real-time data. Optimizing your campaigns through data-driven strategies not only enhances performance, but also improves your ROI. And making informed adjustments based on comprehensive data, you ensure your marketing efforts are both effective and efficient. But enough talking about it. So why don't we move into a quick demo here? And everybody should now be seeing my Slingshot. And I'm also going to take this opportunity to show you some new features that we have coming as well in our next release, which is a little shy of a month away. But for those of you who have not seen Slingshot yet, when you come in, you have all of your navigation up here on the left-hand side, where everything up in the top left is everything that pertains just to you, so you can get a view of all your tasks, all your dashboards, your content and overview and everything like that. Underneath of here is where you have basically what we call your workspaces and projects, so areas and projects for you to be able to kick off initiatives. So staying with the theme of today's webinar, I have a marketing workspace here, and I have two projects in it for right now. I have the content calendar and SEO project and the PPC management one. Within each project, you have an overview, you have your tasks, and you can see here that I'm using some custom fields and task types, which are coming in the next few weeks. And this is in Kanban view, so I can kind of look at and track my content throughout the year. I can flip this as well into a list view to kind of show you what this looks like. So our task types are actually pretty sweet. You can see anything here with an icon is a task type, and you're actually able to change the button of the text up here to be the action of what you want your list to be primarily. So if you're always creating blogs in here, when you come up to click your main CTA, it'll default to creating a blog. And basically, a task type is a task that you have customized for a particular initiative. So when you write a blog, you always have a targeted keyword. You have a content type, whether it's thought leader, how to, or a product update. You can plan it in a certain month as well. So it allows you to really customize your tasks. So every time you create a blog or a white paper or a website, no matter where you are in marketing, you get those same fields. You get a nice icon to be able to see very quickly what it is that the task is. You can see as well that I've edited all of these statuses as well in here. So you're really able to customize your Slingshot space moving forward in our next release. So we are super excited about that. And then within your projects, you have discussions. So here's where all of the collaboration at a project level happens. So anybody that is on this project has access to come in here and collaborate around these discussions. Pins are where you can pin super important files that you want to always come back and access. So whether it is URLs, like you can see here, where you want to manage SEO links and backlink and best practices. Blogs, you could pin your blog copy and images here so that when you need one, you don't have to go rummaging through OneDrive or SharePoint or Google Drive. You can intuitively find that within Slingshot. You can see your pins. You can connect right into all of these cloud providers and pull content right into an organized fashion within here. And now, the reason why we're all here today, really, right, for this webinar, is the dashboards and the analytics piece. So I actually have a sample here. So if I go into my SEO performance, in the webinar, I gave an example of having your Google Search Console, GA4, and Salesforce data all in one dashboard. This has Google Search Console and GA4 with some sample demo sites. I didn't bring in Salesforce because I don't really have a demo site for that, but this will really help get the idea of, I have my Google Search Console data, so I'm looking at the clicks on my SEO results, my impressions, and my clicks over time. I can see the clicks by device. And I've also incorporated GA4, where what happens after that click then becomes super important for me. So what do the sessions look like and the bounce rate? What device are they coming from? Where are they landing as well? So I can really, like we've talked about all day, create that customer journey and comprehensive view from my data. Now, like we were talking about, for what the real advantage is, you can see that, all right, I'm analyzing my customer journey, and as I'm looking back in my trends, I'm seeing March and April of my bounce rates really took a dip, which you want a low bounce rate, but then it very quickly picked back up. So I've identified this, and I want to now start a conversation with my team. So what we have up here, and you'll see this rocket throughout Slingshot in the next release, but they are productivity boosts. So if I come to this rocket, you can see your productivity boosts. For those of you who, since this webinar is before the release, all of those same options will be in the overflow for you. It's just in the next one, we're bringing them out into this nice rocket. So you can see right from this dashboard, I can go into things like adding to pins, starting a chat, creating a task, or starting a discussion. So let's actually go into starting a discussion. So I'm gonna go into a discussion. I have, it looks like a list for performance, and I'm gonna be talking about organic traffic performance. So perfect, I will just piggyback off of this discussion. Keep in mind I'm the only one really in this space, so some of the stuff is empty. But I'm also going to come back here and I'm going to grab a quick annotation so everybody can kind of see exactly what it is I'm talking about. So I grabbed an image. I'm going to quickly hit this annotate so that I can point out on my chart with a little box and some arrows. I could add text, whatever I want to here. That looks good. I could take additional ones if I had anything else I wanted to point out as well. For this, we'll just click done. You can see my annotated image come in here. And let's see. I'm going to @mention actually this whole project. So you can @mention individuals, the whole workspace, which is my marketing workspace, or just the people on this particular project. Oops. Because we're all involved in this. What is the dip in bounce rate I am seeing? And now we've kind of started that story that we really ended our webinar with, right? Which is going from analyzing and looking at your full customer journey into collaborating with your team right from the insights that you gained into taking action. So let's say, for example, we have a whole conversation with our team and we determine that our page performance was better in April. Okay, so I've now collaborated with a bunch of people. All right, it's been determined after we looked into this data, our page performance was better in April. Great, so you know what? Now we need to act on this. So I'm gonna go here, and right from this message now, I'm going to create a task. And I'm actually gonna put this in the experiments list. And our experiment is going to be improving page performance. And you can see that experiment is also now a task type. And when you're running an experiment, you have objectives. You have OKR levers that you are you're looking to execute on. You have an hypothesis. You have an ICE score. So what is your level of impact that you think improving the page performance will have? What's your confidence level in that? And this should be a 1 through 10 score. And what's the ease of use of implementing that? And then you can see at the end of the experiment, you're able to give, was it successful or not, and track your results as well. But I'm going to create this now. And now when I go to my tasks in my experiments, I have an experiment here for improving page performance. So we've kind of fully told that story, right, of going from analyzing a marketing customer journey into collaborating with your team on some of the results into creating action. And this is something that happens whether you are in SEO and content, or you're in PPC or social media or email, and you're able to bring together an entire team all around these customer journeys. So if I just quickly pop back here to dashboards, for anybody on our call who's not also super familiar, again, with Slingshot, when you come up here to add a dashboard, we do have a bunch of templates for you out of the box. So you can go explore our templates, and you can see some templates for Facebook and Salesforce and GA4 and HubSpot. And then you're also able to create your own. So if you're a data-driven pro kind of already, and you want to come in here and start a dashboard from scratch, you have all of these different data sources to connect directly to. And then we are adding a lot more to here as well in some upcoming releases that I'm super excited for. So as you get your feet wet with this, you should also start to see more and more data sources make their way into this library here. And I think that is the main stuff and flows that I did want to show you today. So let me just pop back over quickly to our PowerPoint. And just open this up a little. All right, so let's go into our Q&A. So I'm gonna actually expand this and open this up a little. All right, there we go. And okay, some Q&A. Let me look for a few quick questions. So what is the quickest way to set up dashboards in Slingshot for new users? So I did show the templates, which is a great way for you to get started with dashboards if you're not used to creating them and need a really good starting point. We are also here to help as well. So if I just actually pop back to, I'll put up right here quickly my email. For anybody that is looking for help with creating their dashboards, we do a little bit of free dashboard consultation where we'll help you get started. Because we do know that it is a little difficult for people to really read and interpret their data. So we are here to help you as well. And we do have a whole Slingshot Academy too that goes through dashboarding and analytics that we continue to add more material to as well. So with our follow-up, we'll be sure to include some information on our LMS and something for helping you get started with your dashboards as well. Okay, and let me just grab maybe one more question. How do I integrate my existing data sources with Slingshot? Yeah, so any of the data sources that you use today, as long as we support them within Slingshot, you can connect right to. Even if you're using something like Excel still, we have a connector right into Excel, and then we integrate with a lot of today's most popular marketing sources. So you should be able to find a data source that you are using, and if not, let us know and we will work with you on getting it added or give you the timeline of when it should be available in Slingshot. And then one more. How can Slingshot improve collaboration on the marketing tasks? Yeah, so within the tasks that I showed you in Slingshot, we have task level communication as well right in there. And this is something that we use literally 24/7 within our marketing team, is we are commenting and talking within tasks constantly. So our conversations are kept very contextual to the task that we're executing, as well as the discussions that I showed you in Slingshot. Those are great for incorporating the whole team and making sure that everybody is aware of something or collaborating around a new project or initiative. It gives everybody quick, direct access. And then actually something that I also didn't show was we do have chat as well in Slingshot, which is in the top right corner, kind of near your avatar when you log in. And that allows you to have one-on-one conversations with people and group conversations that are external to maybe a task and a project that's going on. Again, another thing that we use constantly. You kind of always need to be pinging somebody on something. So it really helps you keep all of your communication right there. All right, I believe we're basically up at time. So I want to thank everybody for coming to today's webinar. I really hope that you found all the information valuable and that it inspired you to take the next steps forward with unifying your marketing data. And remember, we are always here to help you as well. So any questions that you might have, even after the webinar, please feel free to reach out, and I look forward to hearing from everybody and seeing all of your success with Slingshot. Thank you.